Is going to be a corset training update for you guys. Now I am in the process of breaking in 2 corsets, and so I thought I would do a quick video to let you guys know how I'm going to do it, some possible options for you as well. So yeah, a little background. I've been corset training for 6 months now. I have purchased, well, I have 5 corsets I've gotten in that time. You don't necessarily have to buy, you know, multiple corsets. It's completely up to you. As you outgrow your corsets, based on your goals determines if you want to go smaller or not, or if you just want to stay the same. I started off with 32, almost 32 inch waist. My first corset was a 26 inch, and then once I outgrew that one, I went down to a 22 inch, and that's pretty much where I've been. So I only have one 26 inch corset, the other 4 are 22 inches, okay? Now this is what I wore today. Excuse this stain. I'm changing my light bulbs in the kitchen and I got dirt on my shirt. And so listen, so this is what I wore today. Basically all I wore is a t-shirt, tank, and some shorts, literally. And it's not closed in the back because I'm in the process of breaking this one in. This one is a cs411 in floral. And I also have a cs301 in satin I'm breaking in as well. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm wearing the 22 inches closed already, I basically take that one off, I put this one on for 2 hours, and then I take this one off and put the 301 on for 2 hours. And once I've broken them both in for the 2 hours per day, then I go back to my closed corset. Alright? Now, when I was researching corset training, you guys, I read that it was good. It was always good to purchase corsets in multiples of 2 when you're starting off, so that way you have you're not putting too many hours on one corset. And I kind of feel like that might be true because my satin corset broke down on me, and it was the only one I was wearing at the time. And that was another reason why I wanted to get another one, was because this one was breaking down, and I really believe I was putting too many hours on it, and so that's why the bars have kind of come through here. Now I do still wear this corset. The bars coming out don't affect me at all. They don't pinch my skin or anything like that. I just always have to make sure that I'm pushing them in if they start to come out. But they don't. The bars coming out doesn't prevent me from wearing it. And so yeah, so I still wear this corset. This was the satin one, which was the first 22 inch one that I purchased from Archer Corsets, for those of you who want to know where I got it from, because people keep asking. And Archer Corsets, I'll leave the link in the lower bar for you guys. Now I wanted to do a really quick comparison of the 426 and the 411, because a lot of you guys are really still confused at what size you should get. Now the first one, I started off with the 426, which is a long line, and this one is just super, it looks huge in comparison to the 411, or even more recently the 301. Alright, this is a mini corset, and so that's why it's so tiny. Now with the CS426, this is a long line in cotton. It's super big, as you guys can see. I'm only 5'3", so for me this one is just too big for my torso. So it's usually for women that are taller. Now when I first got it, I thought that I did think that it helped with my love handles and helped keep them in as well. But it wasn't until I got the 411 that I realized how huge this one was for me, how this one was just way too big for me. And so yeah, so this is the first one I purchased. And in comparison to to the CS411 right here, this is the difference here. That's a huge difference. So based on your height would determine which one you get. And so yeah, so that's that. Now I've had this corset on for close to 2.5 hours now. I'm gonna take it off and put on the 301. Now again, this is what I'm getting more comfortable with wearing my corset outside my clothes. I'm just always prepared to answer questions, because I'm going to get questions. And so I ran into one of my subscribers, which is always awesome, at the 99 store today, and so we were talking back and forth, and it's funny because one of the one of the stalkers was stalking, and she said, "I want to breathe for you," and it's so funny because I wanted to say, "You breathe for me, and I'll run a few blocks for you." How about that? I really wanted to say that, but I didn't. Like yesterday, someone said, what did she say? She said, isn't that tight or isn't that suffocating? And I was like, isn't all that fat suffocating? Like, she was a heavier girl, but I was just like, you shouldn't judge someone if you're not willing to judge yourself. The look on her face was absolutely freaking priceless. I probably shouldn't have said it. I know I shouldn't have said it, and I was probably going to hell for that. But I said it anyways. Alright, and so today, the cashier, it's funny, when I checked out, I was convincing the cashier, I was trying so hard to convince her that my ribs are not removed. I still have all my ribs. I just explained to her that it's a slow and gradual process where the lower ribs are just brought in a little bit to make your waist smaller. And so she was just saying how she wanted to, she's been thinking of getting into corset training, and I just basically told her, do your research. Go online, do your research, make sure that you just do your research on the subject as much as you can prior to doing it, because it is a commitment. And if you're not prepared to give it 100%, then you shouldn't invest your money and time into it. Because a lot of women do invest, they make the investment and they're not really 100% ready for the obligation of it all. And so yeah, so I'll throw in a couple pictures of what I wore on my day 1 and my day 2. This is my day 3. And so yeah, so I'm getting more comfortable with wearing it out, which is awesome, because and I think that the thing about wearing your corset on the outside of your clothes, it makes you want to buy more corsets, because like you want to have different looks. And so yeah, so anyways, let me take this corset off, and I'm gonna put the 3001 on, because I haven't had that one on yet. And then once I take that one off for the day, I'll jump in the shower really quick, and then I'll put my pinstripe back on, which is over there. Now, I told you I do have a total of 5 corsets. 4, 2 I'm wearing, and 2 I'm breaking in. Okay, so I'm gonna put the 301. This is a mini corset, and one thing I did say in my unboxing video that I like about this one is that the strings are so much shorter, because literally with the dealing with the 420, the 426, and the 411, the strings are so, they get to be so flipping long that it's like, oh my gosh. But with this one, the strings are shorter. And so that's one thing I absolutely really love, is that the strings are so much shorter. Like literally, they're right here. And I'm not going to tighten this one too much. I'm not going to tighten it any more than I tightened the floral one. That one that was in brocade. Okay, so I'm not going to tighten this one in too much. I don't want to. It's so hard to not tighten it all the way, because I know I can close it, but I want to break in the corset right. I don't want to tighten it. And I want to close it so bad, but I'm not. I'm just going to toss it on, and yeah. So I'm not going to tighten this one up. I'm just gonna, I want to. Part of me is, it's hard to not to. It's hard to hold back on closing it, on wanting to close it, because you know you can. And I love the fact that the strings are so much shorter. I love that. Okay, your top ones go down, bottom ones go up. See, that's more than I want. That's more than I want to close it right now. That's more than I want right now, so I'm going to loosen it a little bit. Okay, so that's basically it for now, you guys. Questions. I always draw a complete blank when it comes to questions. But you guys, I have tons of videos up, and I'm sure I've answered the question, and I hate to say watch every single video, because I know that we don't have time like that, but I've answered all these questions I'm getting. I've answered them numerous times. But as far as determining which corset you go with, it's based on your height. I would say mostly your height, because the long line is mostly for longer women. And I'm only 5'3", like I said, so for me, the long line was entirely too long for me, and so I just felt much more comfortable with the with the cs411. So, and then again, this is the 301, which is the newer one. It's a lot shorter, and I absolutely love this one too. So I'm going to have this one on for 2 hours this evening, and then when I'm done, I'll take it off and I'll get busy with back with the one closed. So this is pretty much where we're at now. Other than that, I hope that you guys are having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you all different time, same channel. Later, guys.